Okay, nerve breakers. Obama just officially ended the war of the deep state with Donald J. Trump. Sounds crazy to say it out loud, I know. I've gotten information from an internal source saying that this laughing party that Obama and Donald J. Trump had at the Jimmy Carter funeral was more symbolic than most that know. In case you didn't know, Obama is actually the person that's in charge of the deep state. All the influencers know it, the celebrities know it, the politicians, they know it. I'm not joking right now. He is truly the main source behind the deep state that we're all complaining about. Obama chose to sit by Donald J. Trump, and he kept Michelle home. For anyone that knows, and you guys, if you have any information on it, you can comment to confirm. When Obama keeps Michelle at the house, that means he's there strictly for business. Obama kept Michelle at the house, and he started negotiating on the future of America. I'm also being told this is because of imminent threat of China. Find out about this, the future of the deep state, and why did Senate release a video just 30 minutes after the footage of Obama and Trump laughing came out. And like I said before, he kept Michelle at the house for a reason. Obama only keeps Michelle at the house when he's out for business. My source has said that the deep state has been after Trump ever since he started running as president. What has made it different is that they understand that there's allegedly a threat from China, that they're growing in strength and they're ready to move on Taiwan. This would make us up the American infrastructure because we depend on them with lithium batteries and whatnot with technology. It would truly affect all of our computers and phones and our tech industry, which we can't have that, of course. But the most important thing, I'm being told that we are actually in a whole different era. There's a reason why you see all these other billionaires going to invest into Donald Trump. It's because the deep state called it off. And this right here, it was to give the visual representation of a truce. I say it all the time, the world is a stage, the world is a stage, the world is a stage. The people that's running the world, they signal out to each other in ways like this. Obama could have sat anywhere and he chose to sit by Trump. He chose to laugh with Trump. These people understand that all eyes on them. You got to understand, these people know there's going to be news articles written about them. They understand the importance of a simple interaction. And it was symbolic. You got to also remember, we're entering the year of the snake, which that means the year of occultism, the year of symbolism. It's the year of wisdom. It's years where things are going to be revealed and people start moving in the occult. It will make sense for Donald Trump to have ultimate power of the United States during the year of the occult. It all truly aligns to me. What we are seeing is the world stage being played out for everyone. And to get on with the Senate released a video just about 30 minutes after this footage was released. And that is because they want to tell everyone, all of the investors and everyone else that's watching the world stage, that we're going to keep playing our roles. It's like when Netflix renews for a new television series. They have to reassure the viewers they're going to get what they're coming for. Although the deep state is no longer going to be after Donald Trump, they still have to play their roles. But what we're going to have to pay attention to is how they're voting. How is Congress and Senate, how are they voting on President Trump? Because from what I'm seeing, it's looking like people are going to pretty much be in favor of almost anything Trump wants. You got to understand, Trump has never spoke about creating a new America through New Mexico, never talked about taking over Greenland, Australia, or Canada. You can only do that if you have full and absolute support of the United States government, not just one part. He has the populace and the deep state.
Here.
Okay.
Okay.
How's my tie? Is it okay? Am I straight?
Here we go.
We're different.
Wisconsin.
And here is one of the most cringe videos that I'm unfortunately going to have to see. It's all of the Senate Democrats, like I said, about 30 minutes after that footage of Trump with the Jimmy Carter funeral. They released this reassuring everyone that they're going to keep fighting Trump. They'll keep fighting back. They're not going to let Trump get away with it. This is all just a stage, man. They could have released this in November after he won. December. Hell, we are in 2025. They're releasing this right now because of what happened with Obama. It was already planned for Obama to meet with Trump. It was already planned for Obama to send that signal out to the world. So this is how I look at it. Obama and Trump communicating with each other was a signal out to everyone behind the scenes on the world stage. And this video that the Senate released 30 minutes after is a signal to everyone that is watching the world stage. And it typically works like that from chain of commands. It comes from the top, then it trickles all the way down, and then the people. So the Senate Democrats could manipulate the people into thinking they're going to fight against Trump. And the viewer that's watching it will go and regurgitate their narratives and say, we're not going to let Trump get away with it. In truth, what's going on behind the scenes is Obama making truce with Trump. And it's going to be America versus China. I don't care. I know this sounds crazy, and I don't never go out making videos on things that don't happen, because that's one sure way to mess up your reputation, and it's extremely risky. But it just shows how much trust I have in the source that I gained this information from. And I see things getting a whole lot better for America as a whole. Trump is about to assume full power. It's something else that I heard out of this that I don't want to reveal, but I will say this. Pay attention to how every pope has a portrait up for who the next pope in succession is going to be. I don't know if you guys know, but our current pope doesn't have any portrait to represent someone to replace him, which would, in theory, mean he could be the last pope. And I know this sounds completely random, but it does relate to Donald Trump, and I cannot break down why just yet. Some of you that's fully awake, you know where I'm getting on this. Just give me a few weeks. I get approval to talk about it. I will. I wish I could, but just pay attention. There are things that are happening right now that never happened before.
Wisconsin,
Rhode Island,
Hawaii,
New York,
From the Great Lakes
to the Mountain West,
the Pacific Northwest,
to the south,
and the Northeast.
coast to coast.
We have differences.
and some disagreements. But Senate Democrats are fiercely united on this.
We are not here because of who we are against.
We are here because of who we are for.
Every one of us
was elected to fight for working Americans.
For American families.
For you.
For you.
For you.
We're here to make housing more affordable.
To help working Americans keep more of their hard-earned paychecks.
And like I typically say, it reminds you that of a Netflix series where people get renewed for season 2, and they all have all the actors stand up in front of the camera to assure the public that they'll keep the series going in the direction that the fans want. That's the same energy I get from this. They're just telling everyone that's watching the world stage that we'll keep playing our roles. These are actors, actors and actresses. Interesting that it stopped on Senator Warnock. One quick funny story. I got viral for the first time because Senator Warnock's campaign called me. That video went everywhere. It was some Democrat woman. I was living in Nashville, and she was trying to convince me, a Tennessee resident, to vote in a Georgia runoff election. I recorded the conversation, had a debate with the woman, and I went absolutely viral. And it's what actually started my career. So Senator Warnock, in case if anyone want to know, give him credit for my career. So all Democrats, they can thank Senator Warnock for helping me establish my brand and exist.
Cost of child care.
prescription drugs
And yes, groceries.
to help small businesses thrive.
And every child have a safe and great public education.
We are here to fight.
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 To fight for Americans.
We will work with anyone.
Anyone.
If they want to make life better for you.
But
If Donald Trump and Senate Republicans,
Do things to hurt you.
we will fight.
We will fight.
If they come after affordable health care.
If they pursue policies that drive up costs.
If they ignore the threat of climate change.
If they come after our troops and veterans' benefits.
You see, they're just talking about talking points. They're just getting their narratives aligned. I tell you, this is so reminiscent of a Netflix series that just got greenlit for its next series.
If they take away access to reproductive rights, attack our basic freedoms.
If they try to enrich their friends. If they pay for tax cuts for the wealthy by coming after your paycheck.
Your Social Security.
Your Medicare.
They will have to come through us.
Through us.
Through us.
This is a new Congress.
It is a new day.
We are united.
determined, ready.
The 119th Congress has begun.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get to work.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get started.
Within 6 months of my being in Congress, I was elected in.
I know y'all thinking like, what the heck going on? I didn't want to know I was watching a Tulsi Gabbard video. Yes. So Tulsi Gabbard actually exposed what led her to really having a disdain for the Democrat Party. And it was thanks to no other than Barack Hussein, Barry Soetoro, Obama. He pretty much excommunicated Tulsi Gabbard for disagreeing with him once. And I want to highlight this just to express how important it is for Trump to be sitting by Obama and both sharing laughs and talking. Because Obama doesn't do anything without thinking. He's a very spiteful individual. And Tulsi Gabbard disagreed once. Imagine how many things Trump and Obama disagree with. It's extremely significant. And I know people could say, well, it's presidential for presidents to act close with each other. They have treated Trump like the redheaded stepchild for so long. They have treated him so bad and alienated him. You typically would see George Bush, Obama, and Bill Clinton stand together and release videos to America when Trump nowhere to be seen. It was obvious. They were trying to make it seem as if he's not a part of the simulation. And now what you're going to start seeing is President Trump. You guys don't believe it. You're going to start seeing videos of President Trump, George Bush, Bill Clinton standing beside each other, releasing messages to America in unity. It's that time. It's that time. And we've came a long way from Congress voting to not allow Trump to have his own presidential library. I tell you that. But there's truce that's been made. These people tried to arrest President Trump. And President Trump is coming back for vengeance. And at the end of the day, Obama is in a position where he needs to make deals. You got to understand, he knows what happened to him in 2020. He knows people tried to arrest him. And hell, he might know who tried to kill him. Speaking of Trump. So Obama is finally, for the first time in his career, since being a senator, in a position of submission. And he is submitting to Donald Trump. He doesn't have the power. You see what happens when Obama is powerful. He'll cut you off once for disagreeing. He has to submit to Trump to try to save himself and his friends. Come on, man. Trump could easily launch an investigation on what happened to that chef.
2012, President Obama made an announcement that he wanted to seek authorization from Congress to go and start another regime change war in the Middle East, this time in Syria. I was on the Foreign Affairs Committee at the time. Again, I'd been in Congress maybe 6 months, freshman Democrat. I did my research. I listened to their briefings. Then it was Secretary of State Kerry who was coming to our committee and making their case. And they failed to answer even the most basic questions. And this is directly connected to the failures of the Harris-Biden administration. The first thing that you have to ask and be able to answer before you go on a mission is what? What is your objective? What are you trying to accomplish? What does winning look like? What's your exit strategy? These are things that you probably think of when you're making decisions in your own lives. What are you trying to accomplish? They couldn't answer those questions. And when I asked, they said, oh, we want to go deliver a punch in the gut and send a message. I said, what happens when they deliver a punch back? Oh, they won't do that. I did my due diligence. I announced that I would be opposing President Obama's request to go and start another war. And in less than 24 hours, I got a call from the White House. And it wasn't a call saying, hey, Tulsi, we just wanted to see what questions you had or figure out why you oppose this so strongly. What they said was, how dare you? How dare you stand against your president? How dare you stand against...
This is what they want. Obama runs himself like a dictator. He runs his entire administration like a dictator. And now we've seen a dictator have to take off his hat and throw up the white flag.
As a freshman Democrat, your president who is from your home state of Hawaii, they didn't care about the substance. They didn't care about the experiences that I was bringing and the voices that I was bringing to light of those who I served alongside and those who were killed in combat and never came home. This speaks to the dangerous mindset of today's Democrat Party, which is one of the main reasons why I left.
So I need everyone to pay attention to this scene right here. This is when Obama and Joe Biden was at the Ethel Kennedy funeral. And at this funeral, Joe Biden revealed to Obama they had some professional lip readers to read this segment, and he said that she's not as strong as me. And Obama said, that's true. And he also said at the end of that, but there's still time. If you actually remember, right after this video was filmed, Obama was seen going to Italy and the United Kingdom, meeting with world leaders, because I believe he was preparing them for the narrative when Trump is president on some, don't snitch on me. Hey, look like Trump gonna win. Don't snitch on me. It's over. We have to prepare for him. And I think Obama at that time, because he's far from stupid, he started making plans on how he could try to maintain power or save himself for the event that Trump becomes president. I do believe by this funeral, Obama, Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris all knew that Trump would win. I do. They have internal data. They have more information than we could dream of. They weren't confident in the win of Kamala Harris. And with that being said, if they aren't confident in she's winning, they're going to start setting preparations for a loss. And that's exactly what happened. Him traveling to world leaders, Joe Biden started being seen less. They knew it was over. And now we're at the point now where it comes full circle at another funeral where Obama officially gives up the white flag and has to submit to Trump. When you'll see the video of Trump and George Bush smiling together, y'all gonna come back to this video and say I was right. Or maybe no one might see this and no one gonna come anywhere. But I've gotten this info from a very, very trusted source. I wouldn't be putting it out here. I wouldn't be risking a reputation just for some likes and clicks, especially if I only average like 2,000 views a video. It's not really worth it. But I'm super excited. I have mixed feelings about it, but I'll break that into some other videos. This ain't the place to tell how I really feel about it, because I got mixed feelings about this whole thing. I'm just here to present the news, provide the exclusive. I thought it was amazing. I got approval to be able to share this and release this on YouTube, and I got to the recording. Please like, comment on this post, and click the notification bell to see you on the next one. Thank you, guys.